Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and so as you probably already know that, yes, tomorrow afternoon the full U.S. Senate is set to vote on whether or not to confirm Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court of the United States, seemingly bringing this entire incredibly lengthy process to a close. However, regardless of what happens tomorrow, the dust is far from settled on everything that's happened on this front in the past month. You see, it's still going to be a busy time going forward for prosecutors, at least it should be, because, there are some folks out there who need prosecuting out of all this. What am I talking about? Well, we did have these women who accused Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct, sexual assault, and a bunch of other really heinous things in the stories they came forward with. Dr. Christine Ford, Debbie Ramirez, Julie Swetnick, this second unnamed client that creepy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti brought forth. All of these people making all these accusations against Kavanaugh, and it seems, well, the FBI just investigated that there's no backing for any of the stories that these ladies were telling. I mean, heck, we already saw huge holes in the stories. We've heard some of these accusers, Christine Ford, Julie Swetnick, they've been walking back the things that they said under oath, saying, oh, well, maybe it didn't actually happen like that. Maybe I was exaggerating a bit. Well, guess what? You, my friends, have lied under oath, and that is, an offense. That is a felony. That is punishable by law. So absolutely, they should be punished for what they've done, because not only would this be an effort to at least somewhat, you're never going to come anywhere close to making Brett Kavanaugh and his family fully whole. But if these women have to pay for what they've done, actually they do have to face their day in a court of law for the lies they told about him, for how they just dragged his reputation through the mud. I mean, how they just put his family through living hell for the past few weeks. They absolutely need to be held accountable, and also needs to set a precedent going forward. It's like, yes, in the United States of America, if you commit a sexual assault, you are going to be held accountable for what you've done. But at the same time, if you falsely accuse somebody of a sexual assault, you too will be held accountable, because there is no place whatsoever in our society for false accusations like this. But you know what? It doesn't stop with these accusers who could use some prosecuting. No, there's possibly a little bit more to it than that. See, I would urge the prosecutors to also look into one Monica McLean. Miss McLean is a personal friend of Dr. Ford's, and you might remember the name Leland Kaiser. Miss Kaiser is a personal friend of Ford's as well, and Miss Ford had said that, oh yeah, Miss Kaiser will certainly be able to back the allegations I'm making against Brett Kavanaugh. She was at that party where Brett Kavanaugh and his friends sexually assaulted me. Then Miss Kaiser, her legal team, they sent a letter to the Senate Judiciary Committee under oath back on September 23rd, with that letter reading that their client, Miss Kaiser, quote, does not know Mr. Kavanaugh, and she has no recollection of ever being at a party or gathering where he was present. Interesting. Seems that Miss Ford was lying when she was talking about that. See, it's pretty cut and dry what's said in that letter there. But according to Miss Kaiser's legal team, the name that I just mentioned right before that, Monica McLean, apparently Monica McLean has, since that statement got to the Senate Judiciary Committee, pressured their client, Leland Kaiser, into changing her story to something that's more favorable to Dr. Christine Ford. Yeah, those are claims which Miss McLean's legal team denies. And we continue on this program to advocate for all people to be innocent until proven guilty, because we're not liberals and we actually care about common sense principles that separate our country from third world countries. But nonetheless, I mean, that very standard does still apply to Miss McLean, but it certainly, at the minimum, is worth looking into. I mean, come on, we're talking about somebody right here with Miss McLean who possibly was tampering with a witness, and just ask liberals out there, oh my goodness, when you tamper with a witness, that is one of the most serious crimes you can commit. It's something that should get people locked up for far longer than what was ever thought reasonable before. Just ask any of the liberals that were weighing in on the case of Paul Manafort. Remember that? Oh yeah, he tampered with a witness. What a horrible human being. It is a crime, you're right, it should be punished, but they wanted to take it to a whole nother level. Well, if Miss McLean did the same exact thing, if she was tampering with a witness, throw the book at her like you did with Paul Manafort. How does that sound? You see, It's just absolutely unbelievable what's happening in this country, because, well, we're just trying to be common sense folks here and say, hey, how about we, punish the people who lied under oath and try and set a precedent. Yeah, you can't kind of go, trying to falsely ruin a man's reputation going forward. Yeah, all these liberals who claim that they care about justice and that they care about doing the right thing. No. All of a sudden, they're going to be the same people who are saying no when it comes to Christine Ford and Debbie Ramirez and Julie Swetnick and the unnamed Avenatti accuser and Miss McLean, if she did in fact try to tamper with a witness. No, we shouldn't punish them whatsoever. Oh, because they vote the same way that we do come election day. They vote the same way as us powerful liberal elites, so why don't we give them a pass? No. Here's the thing. Time's up. And not by that hashtag going around on Twitter. When I say time's up, I mean time is up on the two-tier justice system. Your two-tier justice system, one for liberals, one for conservatives, it is over, folks. And as a side note, Senator Flake, Senator Collins, stick to your guns. Tomorrow, do what you did again today. Vote in favor of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. So when we meet again on Monday, we're talking about Justice Kavanaugh, not Judge Kavanaugh. Hope you all have a great weekend. I know that I will, and I'll be watching the Kavanaugh vote very closely and talking about all of that with you on Monday. Until next time, stay right, stay red, and most importantly, God bless.